What are we on? Episode 82?
83.
83?
Mm-hmm. Went and checked because I had brain fog last week. So
Right, okay. Sweet. Welcome, guys.
welcome back.
Welcome back, yeah.
We said we were going to do this, right? We said we would set it up. It's took a bit
quite a
longer
while
than probably
ago,
we
yeah.
anticipated, but
Probably more on our end than your part.
oh
like-
no, definitely on her.
Yeah, we've been lazy, just been busy.
It's good though. Busy's
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We're not going to put a title in, but this is what wrestling versus wrestling. It's
It's not real wrestling.
what did you say last time? Same mum, different dads.
That was the one. Yeah.
Then some more allegations came around.
Yeah, we're not getting to that.
Yeah, and that did get.
So yeah, it's a bit of a unique perspective on something that we all enjoy because we like speaking about wrestling. We've had recently Billy Strachan on. You know Billy
I've just
Strachan.
literally done a podcast with him a few weeks ago as well.
Billy's excellent.
He's a
Like
great guy, he is.
his knowledge of wrestling is unbelievable.
Superior to mine.
Yeah,
You just see him go, and like you could just let him go for like an hour and just make
Yeah.
our job.
Did you see him? Did you see him at the Elgin show?
I think he's seen us because
He was the one
like,
that got the photo of me jumping off the rope.
oh wow.
nice, right? So
Let's talk about that, right? Because we attended. When was this? Late November, early December,
That was
sometime like
start of
that.
December. That was. I
Yeah,
think.
So it was in Bishop Mill Town Hall.
yeah,
And we turned up and like, as expected, obviously because it's sometimes targeted towards a younger demographic. There's a lot of kids there with like parents and stuff, and we're like, right, this will be a watered down product. How different it was. Like someone spat in the referee's face. There was a guy handing out. No, he was getting Iron Brew from like kids in the crowd.
yeah. And he was giving them the creepiest look I've ever seen. He was giving these kids like he was a good wrestler and that, but my highlight of the show was a guy coming out and calling like a bunch of 8-year-olds dossers.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is a family show. Like, what's going on here?
this guy thinks it's Tommy Fury.
But that was a home show for you. How was that? Like, that
That was ace.
Yeah.
That was probably the best reaction I've got for coming out. 'Cause normally
Yeah.
I'm a heel when I wrestle anyway, so
And you had like a group of your mates there who were loud.
they were fantastic.
That was like being outside the Buckle Cross at 12. You're talking shit to your opponent and everything.
Yeah, they were loud. They were getting like a back and forth going with wrestlers and things like that. Does that help you having mates, or is that more pressure on you having mates there?
I think that helped a bit,
Yeah.
especially for being the face, because I'm not used to getting a crowd going for me. Normally, I'm trying to get everyone to hate me. So if I didn't have them there, I probably would have struggled a bit more to get the reaction behind me. Because to be fair, every time I hit a move, that roof just erupted really.
Yeah.
So that was a good one.
Was that just a one-time face show, or are you a face now, or
The first time I've been a face in a while.
yeah?
Was a face at Peterhead, but
Is that a change, or was that just a change for a show?
I think that was just for the home show. That's why I was the face. Just
Back
it
to
would make
being
more
a heel.
sense.
Yeah. Well, you said it last time. Prefer being a heel. It's
Yeah,
easier.
it's easier for me.
Yeah.
Suits my style. Just
Yeah.
kick the shit out of someone.
It was when you were on the top rope, like the lights were like really close to you. I was like,
Yeah, I watched
is this going to be a holy shit moment? You
I
know
was
what
gonna
I
hit
mean?
my head on that when I looked at it
It was
back.
like the whole town hall comes down. Be like when I always go back to when Brock Lesnar suplexed the Big Show and the whole ring just exploded.
Or that time Brock went off the top rope himself and almost snapped his own fucking neck. Like that's
Anglemania.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't know what.
I don't think we really spoke about professional wrestling when you were on last time, Doug, too much.
Nah.
Um, Are you a wrestling fan yourself? Because I know you back in the day, you're certainly big into your MMA and things like that. But
I've watched a bit, mainly with this guy, but
I basically
Yeah.
just show you all the amateur guys that
Yeah.
go. I've shown you Chad Gable. What's the newest guy that we've got that's came over? Is it Jordan? What's the recent Olympic guy that's just came to Dublin?
Barrows? Oh no.
Stevenson or something.
Gable Stevenson.
That's the one.
Yeah.
He's just headed.
He's just headed over to.
can you appreciate when you're watching wrestling, like from your own knowledge, like
Oh, totally.
yeah,
We've done some training. And
yeah.
It's
Brad mentioned that last
yeah.
time. Like
it's no joke. Like
I've managed to incorporate stuff over to that I've learned through him.
yeah,
Like there's shit I'm hitting that some people don't know or have ever seen before just because it's stuff we've hit.
yeah. And is
Like
do
they're legit
you
throws, aren't they?
do you like? Are you looking at it more on a technical side? You're thinking, well, that's a fucking full Nelson. I can throw a
Oh,
phone.
when
at it,
when I've watched stuff, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like when you started showing me Kurt Angle,
Yes.
seeing him, and he's an Olympian himself.
Yep.
Like seeing that, and seeing all the stuff he does, it's very, very similar. I mean, it is. He's utilising what he knows. So
Yeah. And have you been active yourself recently with your amateur stuff?
I've not at the minute. I've been very, very busy with a lot of other things just now.
Do you want to explain what you're doing just now? Just get a wee plug for yourself.
Oh, go on then. So I'm currently I've just started working at Sunsup last year. My mum's taken over there, so I'm helping her out. And through that, I'm doing a business degree, so a bit of studying, which is very, very new for me because I pretty much left school and went straight into work. So that's quite fun. And then I've got another kind of 2 side projects that I'm working on, 2 businesses. One's an online coaching one, and the other is classes in Elgin. So got quite a few things I'm doing at the minute. I'm still training. Just haven't really had my mind on competing. At the moment.
Yeah.
So,
Good.
yeah, quite a few things to try and juggle, but we're getting there. Sorry.
Do you still train?
Yeah, still training.
Still train all the time,
yeah.
yeah.
Just
Because Nico's up at.
he's every Tuesday, and that class is growing. We've got a few more guys coming along to that now as well, which is good. So
You got a few younger guys coming in as well.
No, it's likes of like Kev's there, obviously. Mark McQueen, he's doing really well in the.
How is, like, for people who maybe don't know who Mark McQueen is, do you want to explain a little bit about? Because I've explained to Ryan who he is.
He's a fucking unit. Mark is a fucking unit.
I understand what that means.
What is he? He's like an ex-world lifting world champion.
Powerlifter.
Yeah, and he was like a world champion at
Yeah. He's
Doug, just go bring that mic closer to
sorry,
your face
yeah,
a
sure.
little bit. Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah,
mate.
good. So yeah, he's I think he was in Team GB, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And
and he's now moved into jiu-jitsu.
And he's now moved into jiu-jitsu. He's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. And
because I first heard of this guy smoking black belts when he was a blue belt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just like, and this guy's had trained for 9 months and he's going in and just fucking overpowering guys, getting side control, getting an arm lock of some sort and just finishing it from there.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, like Mark's strong as fuck, but the technique on that guy as well is insane when you watch him. So
who does he train under? Is it Nardini or
Marcos Nardini? In Glasgow, and then he's when he's up here, he comes along to the wrestling on the Tuesday, and trains with us.
How's a roll with that guy?
I don't need to say it. No, it's good fun. It's good fun rolling with Mark.
Can you pin him?
But no chance, mate. No chance. I've actually got a goal at the minute. I'm trying every couple of weeks to try to lunge him.
Okay,
so we're almost getting there.
Yeah.
We're almost getting there.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's an awesome guy to train with.
Yeah.
A very knowledgeable dude. And
heard that in a few
really
podcasts. He's got a brain for it as well as well as the technique and the strength, you know.
Yeah.
But I think the strength is his main asset in this terms.
His strength training knowledge is just insane as well.
Yeah.
Like it's somebody to definitely ask questions when you're looking at that side of things.
There's nobody better than a world champion and something.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
You're right.
do you kind of share knowledge as well because you've got like background with?
I've not got as much knowledge as him on that front. So I mainly we've had a few chats about like strength training side of things, but it's mainly been me asking him questions, like seeing what his thoughts are on things.
Nice.
So, but awesome guy to train with. There's a good group training in there now as well. We're getting a few guys coming across from Inverness and Peterhead as well. We've had some guys coming across from there, so it's been good.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Are the injuries similar, even though there's just like 2 different ways of wrestling? Because obviously in professional wrestling, there's still moves that are used in freestyle wrestling, right? Like suplexes and things of that nature. And I always seem to hear like neck problems and stuff like, even with like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well, people's like necks and backs are just in bits a lot of the time. So like comparing both of you when you've had injuries doing what you are doing, are they similar or how do they different or differentiate? Trying to think of a word there. But what's the difference between and the similarities also as well?
Well, injuries much as such, they are the same. Really, the only difference in injuries between what I used to do and this is more like you'll get broken noses, that sort of shit. Just
Yeah.
broken. Well, you can't get broken ribs and that in pro wrestling, but it's more just the way you land, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I
A bit
feel.
more impact, I'd say.
Yeah,
Here, isn't it? Yeah.
I feel like an injury for myself is normally just down to a missed time or a little miscommunication.
Do you find it's more bruising with yourself, Brad?
Fuck, yeah.
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 Like, you competed last night in a match, so how bruised up are you today?
I'm not really too bruised up. Just
Yeah.
sore jaw because I got clocked, but used to it really because of the background. But other than that, I'm just more stiff. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I've taken a doing really.
Would you say that's more from training or actually the match itself?
The matches, 100%
Yeah.
the matches. The training isn't too bad. Obviously, sometimes you go a bit, need to stretch something off of that. But after a match, that's when you get the most impact.
Yep.
Do you think that's just a result of it being like so frequent? Because like with professional wrestling, it's like a show every week sometimes, isn't it? Where like you get more time to recover when you're competing in like a combat sport.
A match as well, like you're getting up, you're getting slammed, you're getting up, you're getting put down again. Compared to when I'm in a gym with him, the whole time I'm trying not to go down. You know what I mean? I'm trying my best to keep myself up. If I'm landing, I'll try and stop myself going down with my arm or something. You know what it is, don't you?
Yeah.
You're framing all the time and things. Like,
but in this,
yeah.
I'm right. Taking a suplex, cool. Fucking my back's gonna be a bit sore after this, but here we go.
Would you consider it? I've listened to a lot of wrestling podcasts. I'm quite into Chris Jericho's podcast and things like. Do you consider it flow wrestling when you're in the ring? Like you've got to have a decent flow to have a decent match with someone. If you don't have the right chemistry, it just doesn't look right.
I don't know. I don't think I'm at the level yet to really like.
Do you think there's people you think that was a good match?
There's people I wrestle with better than others.
Your
100%.
styles maybe work well with each other.
Yeah, styles definitely
Styles
make a
make
difference.
matches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
without a doubt. When I'm going against someone who's got a bit of like about an MMA background or jiu-jitsu background or something, it works better for me because then I'm not going to explain what I'm doing sometimes or that sort of shit. Like for me, I just like to go in for a starter match sometimes and basically just roll with someone.
Yeah.
'Cause it looks good. A good roll, just scrambling all that shit. It looks. I like making it look real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not fake.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, that is the one thing that's said about that the most. Like, wrestling's not real, and it's like, well, it is. It's just scripted, right? It's a performance.
You've taken
It's not real.
You've taken a bump. You've been in a wrestling gym and you know yourself. It is hard going.
It's hard going.
You came down to training with me one
I
time.
came down to training a couple of times, and that it was good. It was good
Is
fun.
something that's ever interested you, Doug?
I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. It was fun to do, but it doesn't grab my interest. Like I feel like the performance side is what kind of would throw me off.
Yeah.
Because when you're in wrestling with somebody, they're like freestyle wrestling. They're trying to take you down. You try to take them down. It's
It's competitive.
the more skilled man, the better man that's going to get the takedown. The scriptedness of it, which is a big aspect, and the performance side, that's what would let me down, because I'd be like, oh fuck, I can't remember what I'm doing.
Yeah, when you're competing, it's
Yeah.
almost like it's like if you're in front of a crowd or whatever kind of anxiety that brings. Does that kind of competition just throw that away because you're so focused in on like trying to compete and win? Obviously,
Yeah, well, you do. All you're focusing on is try to do what you've gone out to do, whatever technique that you're looking to get, and you're trying to beat your opponent. So like if they come in, shoot for a takedown, and you've got to then react, it's you're just reacting to what's happening there and being proactive to knowing that they're going to try and take you down. So like you've not actually got to think too much, but it's more just being a reactive thing. Whereas I think you've got a fuckload of thinking to do when you're in there at the same time. So it's like that would just throw me, because I'd be like, worried about getting something wrong.
Yeah,
effectively.
It took a while to lose that competitiveness out
Yeah.
when I was doing it at the start of as well.
yeah. Was that like when like you knew you were losing a match? Was that like tough to do?
Pissed me off a little bit. Like I'm completely different now, but at the start, like even when like, oh, you're gonna get taken down with this, I'm not fucking getting taken down. Try it, but you know what I mean.
It's also part of your character as well, like your wrestling character, because I don't know, you almost remind me of like a Batista kind of figure, like within Scottish wrestling. You're kind of built the same. You had a lot of MMA.
Maybe 100 pounds lighter. But
Yeah. Let's take out the obvious differences, but it's kind of your character. You kind of wear yourself quite big and things like that. Is that part of like? Can you build that in your character, getting pissed off at being taken down and things like that?
Yeah. It's good. It gets good reaction when you do the classic. Oh, I'm not going down. I'm not going down. He's down now. I was like, oh, hey, you've just went down. That sort of thing.
What's the biggest bump you've taken so far?
Probably. Were you at the town hall show, the first album one?
No, that was.
I missed a frog splash there, and that hurt like shit.
Yeah.
Oh, like one of the ones where they roll out of the way and you like hit the that looks like it sucks.
I got a little bit of height on it as well, a bit more than I wanted, but that was probably the worst one so far.
Yeah. Same kind of question to you, Doug, with training. What's the biggest kind of time you've been like fucked in a fight, a wrestling match? You thought, like, this guy's fucking smoked me, like. And I'm also going to ask you the opposite question in a second. Like,
usually when I've been smoked, I've not actually like taken much of a bump.
Yeah.
They've come in and outskilled me. I'd probably say like there's been a few times in training where we've been like scrambling stuff, and I've ended up like dumped on my head or something like that, and it's been pretty sore. Nico took me down one time in the gym, and like coming for a double, and I'd started backing up, and he shot in, caught me, took me down, and the wall was right behind me. Boom, smashed my head. That was a bit sore, but like they're probably the times I think you end up hurting yourself probably a bit more, because on the mat, like in a match, there's nothing around you. So either unless they run you out the mat and off and dump you, you're on quite soft matting, which is good. But like in the gym when there's walls and stuff and other people on the mat too, that's where things maybe injuries happen.
I feel like that Jordan Burroughs Ben Askren match where it was like half of both. It was almost like WWE
He took
because
him
they went
straight
into
off
the
the
crowd.
mat.
That was brutality, that was.
That was on Beat the Streets, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he ran him clean off the mat.
Yeah.
And, like the mat's like raised as well.
I
So
think we said before,
he took him off. Big drop.
I think we said before, it wasn't a good year for Ben Askren either, was it?
I watched a thing on him. He was basically saying that he like spoke to Jordan Burroughs beforehand and said like, we'll just like have like a friendly match,
because he had like the Masvidal fight
As-
coming
yeah,
up.
after it. So like they spoke about it. He was like, yeah, that's fine, totally fine. Went out, shook hands, and then got blast doubled. And that was like, okay then, sure.
and it's kind of like the flip side of the question. What's kind of been your best performance, tournament wise, match wise? Question to both of you is like,
probably like when I first started, like wrestling on its own, and that being like the thing that I was competing in. I'd gone to the Trieste Open and won a couple matches there.
Yeah.
And then kind of a couple of years later, just after COVID would have been, I went to the Scottish Open and had a pretty good performance there as well.
Yep.
Got a bronze medal, so I was happy with that. Trying to improve each comp. But
was that your first time competing at that? At the Scottish one?
No. I've competed in a couple.
Yeah. So
since
you're
then.
improving. If you've competed in a couple, but you're medaling, it's an improvement. Brad, best match, best performance.
Probably last night, to be honest.
Yeah.
Attitude Pro Wrestling's debut show.
Yeah.
Triple threat. I won against Leighton Buzzard and Robbie Cardwell. That was great. Or the Alvin show. That was just for the atmosphere. That was probably the best one. Probably in your world, that smart event, not the smart event. What was the submission one in Aberdeen?
Oh, the one the university put on.
Got a silver.
Yeah,
that was good. That was
like a submission wrestling one. So
highlight of my previous career.
Yeah.
I can't wrestle, so I'll stuff every takedown and get on top control.
What is there one thing that you've done like during a match and just like felt awesome doing, like almost surprised yourself that you've been able to like pull that off?
I'm still surprised I can roll over people's backs and hit a drop kick. When I get whipped off, they'll go down for the classic fully over, just forward roll over their back. I thought it was too heavy to do that now, but still pull it off all right.
Yeah.
Picking up people V's as well, just with the strength.
Yeah.
Didn't expect I could just throw people the way I do sometimes. like impress myself still with my own strength.
It's, Doug?
I'm surprised when I do anything.
What when you wake up in the morning?
How did we get here?
I think we brought it up last time as well when you switched kicked that guy from all the way downtown when you fought him in MMA. Because he was definitely surprised that you threw that.
I was surprised I hit that too. Like, yeah.
I don't think that guy's ever been wrestled so much in his fucking life.
No.
Like, honestly, I watched that back. Cause I watch Aiden's fights back. I like all Aiden's old fights. I watch some of Kev's stuff back and things like that. He does a lot of SGI and things like that, you know. So I
take it over, isn't it?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He's unreal, man. He's unreal, and you know, it's down to like training with like so yourself, Nico, Mark McQueen. You know, if you're training, you're only going to get better. Is it something that any of you guys would go back to, like the MMA scene?
No.
Hey, do you know what? See, when I see like matches and stuff and I'm watching, I'm like, yeah, get back into it. But I don't know, probably just getting punched in the head. I'd get back into training, first sparring session, and be like, yeah, fuck this. So, yeah.
5x5s were something else.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. I used to watch them. I'm like, I'm watching, I'm sweating right now. Like, fuck that.
Just come home from training, fucking busted face, and you're like bleeding.
Yep.
We did a 45-minute round once.
Yeah.
We had the gym to ourselves 45-minute rounds.
It's like prime on steroids or something. The first round just goes on until someone dies.
Looked at the clock, 40 minutes. Shall we call it? Yeah.
Would you be capable of something like that now? A 45-minute round.
Oh yeah, mate, easy. Yeah, easy. Nah, probably not. Probably not. To be honest,
better than it was.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
So if there was an opportunity for like, we've had things in the past like exhibitions like Cali Combat to fight each other. Would you take it?
I'm a scrap
against him.
Yeah.
Who'd win?
There you go. There's your plug right there. Everyone was thinking.
Mate, he's doing fake stuff. What are you on about?
There's your. I'm matchmaking, man.
Yeah. There's been some good shit talk in the group chat. I see beforehand.
Should we hit a face off just now? Should we hit a face off just now? Fucking
It has to be for that wee belt, Doug. It has to be for that wee belt.
Nah, I've got it. That's mine. I won that. 5 years old, mate.
The size of one of my biceps, that belt.
So you've been active as hell the last few months. The last time we got you on, you'd been like feeling the effects of COVID with matches and things like that.
Pretty much just started up again, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah. How many matches you had in the last 3 months? Because it's an insane amount.
Last 3 months, to be honest.
Well, I say last 6 months because you've been advertising like hell.
Probably not that many in the last 6 months, but there's more to come. I've been advertising everything that's coming up, but so far I've only had about, in the last 6 months, maybe like 6 or 7, which...
That's
still near enough one every month or second month so far, so
yeah,
it's going well.
Are you still finding the road miles and stuff like that hard?
A little bit,
yeah.
But
shows are getting more local though, right? 2 and out, one in Peterhead. Yeah.
Local stuff's starting to kick off more, which is benefiting me a lot more. And then I've got more of a crowd, like a home crowd for myself as well.
Yeah.
Like when people hear from Elgin, that's not far away, I'll cheer for that guy, sort of thing.
Absolutely. How does the Ravy Davy stuff come about? Do you get in touch with him? Does he get in touch with you? Is there agents or something like that?
He got in touch with me, but one of his trainees, the Wanderer, I'm good pals with him, so it was more just bringing my name up, watching some of my stuff, I'm guessing, and must have impressed him, because after that Peterhead show, pretty much the same weekend, are you free to do the next one? 100%.
Yeah. You quite chuffed when something like that happens, because he's a big name in Scottish wrestling.
Exactly,
well, even social media in general.
TikTok star.
Yeah.
Do you
might as well shut your takeaway down if he comes in for food.
Peterhead's fucked, mate. Peterhead's fucked.
Send him to Natural Spoons.
Yeah. So do you get an inkling on straight away who you're going to be wrestling, or is it like a build up? Can that change? You know, because we've seen you go to wrestle somebody and then a week before the match it'll change to someone else and things like that.
You normally get told the structure, but cards can always be subject to change just due to anything. Someone could get injured last minute, even just a private thing, like a family thing, something, anything can happen. There's always someone there to fill in the role. Like there's always a way we can change it if we have to.
I'm kind of seen Doug mention it there. Your promo stuff's getting better. You know, your social media presence.
They used to be.
Yeah, well, It's not even that. I think your confidence has grown.
I just found out what works for me.
Yeah.
It's how you learn, like, trying things out, isn't it? You know?
It's pretty much the whole reinvention from when I went from being Bradley to going over to Mayhem Brooks. That whole reinvention myself, that was the difference maker.
Yeah. So we've got Mayhem Brooks and Quadzilla. So
Quadzilla.
Do you remember that?
I like that.
Quadzilla,
Grapzilla and
yeah.
Quadzilla.
I wonder what the tag team name would be. It would be something like fucking, I don't even know. Like
Big and small.
Take it.
Well, I actually asked Brad before he arrived, Doug. He reckons he weighs more than you just now.
What are you in it?
87 just now, man.
Boy, we're same weight.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
80.
I always thought that was being an interesting one because you're always kind of round about. Doug's obviously, you're bigger in height, Brad, but Doug's broader in the shoulders and things like that. That's your words, not mine. So I always like, because I used to watch these guys roll in the gym and things like that, you know, it was always close. There was never, fuck me, them could go on for like 15, 20 minutes. It'd be 6-minute rounds and you'd still be struggling for submission. I didn't see you get sub much by anyone in jiu-jitsu. You were more like just mentally strong, not wanting to give up.
I think that's what it was, yeah. I don't like giving up.
Yeah.
Not at all.
And then
I
I've
think there's been
seen
times you've had me in a hold and
Yeah.
what is this fucking guy's problem?
Sitting on an
Yeah.
armbar waiting to put I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do
that was it. Like I've seen you been in some bad positions, but just not give up that
doesn't,
position.
nah.
It looks painful, but you're just stubborn as shit. Like,
Just a bit stubborn, that's all it is.
and when I used to watch you roll, it was more like, right, I'll just get top heavy on a guy and absolutely smash your fucking smash pass, and you
Knackered
go
after rolling with him.
Yeah,
You'd
yeah.
be knackered.
You'd be feeling your full. Like, are you lighter than when you train full time?
Nah, I'm heavier.
You're heavier.
I'm heavier at the minute.
Because
But,
what would you be? What would you have been when you trained full time?
um,
Round about 75, 80?
I would have been, I kind of sat usually about 70, 79, 80 kilos.
Yeah.
Um,
But you would feel like 120 because
Them sparring rounds we used to do, they were knackering.
Yeah.
I'd be trying to
Horrible.
outstrike him all the time. One miss, something, he slips his head. As soon as he gets his arms, I'm like, oh fuck.
well,
I was
that's-
just taking that to stay alive, mate.
I think I said it before. I came to one of your wrestling classes at Ali's.
Yeah.
I got dropped on my head by Jamie Grigger, who was like 16 at the time.
That was a big 16-year-old.
Yeah. And I'm like hitting 30 at this time, well, maybe mid-20s, and I'm like, I'm not coming back here.
Yeah.
I'm not coming back here. It's fucking brutal, mate.
It is brutal. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You don't have them years for nothing.
This is just from getting better. Yeah, no, it's a tough sport, man. It's a
Yeah.
very tough sport.
I think that's what like scares people away from it. Like they come to like the session expecting something, and then the reality hits. And,
Yeah, I think so. It's because even some of like just the basic movements you do in wrestling are just fucking horrible on your body, and yeah, I think it does
Talked
put
about
people
pummeling
off.
before, you know, just pummeling.
Yeah,
Constant pummeling.
yeah,
Try, like, it looks easy enough. Try doing that shit for 10, 15 minutes.
yeah. No, definitely.
You know?
You know about like injuries before, like neck injuries and stuff. When
Yeah.
you've constantly got somebody hanging off the top of your head,
Yep.
and you're like this.
Yeah, you're
you go
always pulled
home
down, yeah.
and your traps and your neck are just fucked.
I used to hate when you'd shoot in at the same time as someone. It would just be like fucking
Collision,
two
wouldn't it?
freight
Yeah.
trains that just whoa, or the
Yeah.
face or something. It was
My
I was
worst
rough
one
with
is,
that
like,
shit.
I was always a light guy. I competed once at 64 kilo, I think it was, something like that. But it was when somebody would sprawl on me after I'd shot in, and if they've heavy sprawled, fuck,
Yeah.
that would always knock you out. If you got a face to the mat,
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
you know, just even little things like that, you don't appreciate it until you've actually been in there and done it.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
that's what I always think when I look at UFC guys. I look at the wrestlers, I think they're the toughest fuckers in there, like by far.
discipline level's different. Innit?
Yeah.
Even from training at SBG, the discipline it gave me for my body and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You as
Yeah.
well. It just
gives you the tools.
exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Gives you- like when you're in the even just lifting weights and that sort of thing in the gym, when you feel like coming down, like I can keep going. So just that sort of stuff. It does give you that mindset where you want to keep pushing yourself.
helps you deal with things in life as well, apart just alongside the exercise stuff
Yeah,
as
man.
well.
The
Yeah,
amount of things that just fly over my head that would absolutely just mentally destroy some folk, even you as well. Just even your normal things, like your 9 to 5 sort of job, and that some people go home probably oh shit, day and all that sort of thing. I wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
It's just that mental toughness you get from doing this sport.
Yeah, I think you get that with any combat sport. You know, any of the
Especially
kind
this,
of.
though.
Yeah,
Like, we used to go in there straight after work, about 6:30 or 7:00 at night. You're in there, right? Let's do a session. What was it like? You do Thai, then you do jits or something.
Thai, then
It'd be something like that, or like an hour and a half of like drills and that. Right? Let's do an hour rolling now. And
Yeah,
you just get on with it, didn't you?
You'd had like I always used to remember the Sunday sessions. You know, you'd have circuits, you'd have a wall wrestle, you'd have a guy literally. The most brutal one I used to fucking hate was Aidan would put down a punch bag and he would tie the rope round you.
Horrible.
Tie the fucking rope round you, big thick rope, and you had to basically ground and pound this punch bag, and he'd be hauling you off, man.
Oh, right.
You had to do this for 2-3 solid minutes.
Yeah.
Fuck you, like totally fuck you.
Aye.
30 seconds rest, next circuit,
Straight back on it. Yeah.
and this would go on for an hour. You know, there's a weightlifting session in there. There's somebody's doing sit-ups, there's a rolling session in there. You know, there's 9 or 10 circuits, and this is every week, 3-4 times a week. Well, maybe not these sessions, but things like this. Maybe you're doing wall wrestling for an hour. You know, you're doing.
Even if people haven't competed, people have just even trained a while in MMA in general. You're built different, just even training it.
You appreciate
Even
so
train
much
it,
different. Yeah. Like I initially went down to SPG because I love the UFC and I didn't have a fucking clue what was going on in the ground, and I thought, right, I need to maybe try some of this shit.
Yeah.
Totally huge and different understanding and respect for the sport now. Like I before wouldn't have been able to watch a jiu-jitsu match. Fucking love that shit now. Like,
Yeah,
All good.
definitely.
Like, you could watch Gordon Ryan all day, couldn't you?
Yeah.
He's great
Yeah.
to watch, man.
It's a bit like watching Celtic though, isn't it? It's like, and you know what's going to happen.
You just had to get that in there, didn't you?
But yeah, like I you have a totally different understanding on the sport. How do you guys look at the sport? Can you still appreciate it as a sport and think, oh my god, this is a fucking slugfest, or are you just solely thinking about it technically? You're thinking the guy should have done this, he should have done that. Because I know you've both got boxing backgrounds, you've both got wrestling backgrounds, MMA backgrounds. You're bound to look at it differently to a spectator.
I don't know, that's a tough. I'm fucking drunk half the time I watch it. So.
The best way to be. Well, to be fair, like everyone that attends these events live, like you see it in the UFC all the time. If there's like a stalemate on the ground or whatever, the booing starts instantly, right? And you can tell that as a casual fan that does not know what's going on.
I enjoy the ground transitions and the wrestling side of it. I enjoy watching that stuff.
Who's your favourite MMA fighters just now?
Probably Mike Chandler.
Yeah.
It's just,
Love a bit of Mike Chandler.
chaos, isn't it?
Hamzat Shemaev.
It's the bit where he just didn't know what to say after he went,
He is the mark that he is. He's just anyone that's from Dagestan, they're my favourite.
There's so many of them as well, and there's like one every weight class, and they're all like going to be the champion.
Did you see Rogan fuck up name pronunciation a couple of weeks ago? I can't even say his name. It's fucking Habib's cousin.
Umar. Yeah.
Joe Rogan was fucking baked for that pronunciation. It was all over the place. I'm a Volk fan, like just guys.
He's
just a powerhouse, man.
I love that half Alpha Steve as well. He's amazing.
Yeah.
I think he just fought the wrong fight against Gaethje.
You got a favourite division to watch? Because like I personally am a heavyweight man. I just love the fucking power in these guys, and I want to see somebody getting knocked out. But that's because
You're just bleed guy.
yeah. But I grew up on Ramsey Couture. I grew up on guys like Brock Lesnar, even fucking guys like Tim Sylvia and fucking Frank Mir.
Yeah.
You know that was my shit. Like, so that's why. Any favourite divisions, like, you know, or is there a division you think that's a fucking stacked division, you know?
Welterweight and light, them two are class.
Yes.
Yeah.
Welterweight and lightweight division are top class.
Is there any fights you guys desperate to see? We could go here for
Yeah.
I want to see.
we can
but
be here
like,
days.
So who knows what fight is he not this weekend?
Yeah, against
He's fighting Sterling.
What did he call Sterling the other day? Al Jacomain.
Did you see him come out in the face-off when he had three
Yeah,
the
the
baby
pillows.
carrier and he kicked all them pillows? fucking brilliant.
I mean, it's so cringe, but it's good. You know what I mean? Like
Sterling's already says he wipes out that division and moves up and beats Volk, and it's like, no, you fucking don't. No, you don't, man. Like, there's a lot of shit talking, but there's very few guys to back it up. What's your opinion on the whole Conor McGregor bare knuckle thing just now?
Anything for a bit of attention, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking mad, eh?
How has Mike Perry, since he left UFC, become the Demetrius Johnson?
Yeah, it was the same with who was the Connor, the guy that he fell. Artem. He was like the champion there.
Yeah.
He beat Paulo Malignaggi. That was that's like not real life, but it's weird because like at the time bare knuckle was seen as like a taboo thing, like this is too far.
It's
but now with the rise of slap fighting, everyone that's the taboo thing now. So bare knuckle.
Yeah.
I like the.
Do you see Perry knock out? Well, not knocking out. Did anyone see Perry fight Luke Rockhold?
Yeah, he knocked his teeth out.
What the? I did not expect that.
Aye, fucking dentist visit for that guy. Like,
I didn't mean to cut you off.
not for the first time.
It came to my head there.
I don't like. I like the actual British one. It's fought in like a fucking.
Whereas in the hay bales.
It's in the hay bales. I watch that shit on YouTube all the time, and that gets gory as fuck.
That was
like,
on the film Snatch.
Yeah, quality film. But I'd like to see some of these guys fight like fucking, like, because the guys are definitely on the same skill level. Because a lot of them are like gypsies who've been fighting since 4 years old.
I'd love to see a legit, proper good boxer go and do a bare knuckle. Like, throw someone in there like Demetrius Bivol or Betabev or what's his name, throw even Canelo or something like that. Just chuck someone, even throw a Smith brother in there. Throw someone that can throw hands in that and just see what goes on.
Be insane, like,
Because it is different from like orthodox boxing, right? You can't defend yourself as much with the gloves. The clench goes on a lot longer than boxing. You can't just
Imagine you put Gennady Golovkin in that.
damn.
See the punches he take with gloves. Just
yeah.
All right, let's keep going. Imagine putting him in there. Jesus.
Are you guys both still big boxing fans? Still watching big fights?
I still watch the big fights, yeah. Don't watch it, like...
Do you watch the Garcia fight? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't see it, no, I've not seen it yet.
I knew that was going to happen.
I'd like to see it
I
again
didn't call
about
it how it was going to happen, but I knew that was going to
I
happen.
want to see it again about that rehydration
Hydration
clause.
clause, yeah. And I hate when people are like, "Oh, he quit," and it's like, "Well, you try taking a shot.
Take
like
a
that,
liver
you?
shot and then see how you feel.
Yeah.
You watch it in slow motion, the whole body rippled and that.
Well,
And he tried to fight it. That was why there was a delay. We could see him kind of wince, and then he was like, "No, I can't." Yeah.
We've had Fraser Wilkinson on recently. Good luck tonight, by the way, Fraser. He's
tonight's fight.
yeah,
The rematch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Best of luck, dude.
And we've recently had Smarty on as well, and they both says it's the body shots that kill you. It's not the face shots. You take
They
them all
find
day
it more
long.
satisfying landing body shots as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you just tried to aim them on you, didn't I?
Yeah, he used to fling body shots in all the time.
Did you guys used to box each other?
That's how we first met.
Yeah. Because
Boxing.
I'm right in thinking your dad trained as a boxing trainer.
He was.
Yeah.
He's actually, I'm training him jiu-jitsu now at home. Just the basics.
Full circle moment, man. Also,
So he taught me how to box and I'm teaching
Doug came
him.
to the gym and that's how you met. I thought you just met for a random party.
In the street, let's go. 12-year-old.
Doug got put in the gym, got my dad, go wipe out the Cabbage Patch Boy. And in I go.
And
Back in the day.
And that was kind of early Misfits formation days as well, wasn't it? Kind of.
Yeah.
I think that was even maybe.
That was a little bit
You
before.
you were doing MMA at that point, but I was just solely boxing. I think at that point.
Yeah, I came down to the club for the first time when I was like 13, 14. That was when the club was...
That was next
Where
to
was that?
Riverside.
Yeah,
Kitchens.
near Riverside, yeah.
Behind your old place.
No, sorry, it was before that.
Oh, you came down to the one next to down next to Sandy Reed's garage.
And then it moved up to there.
Then
and
it
I
moved
came
up
along.
to Pinefield, and then now it's Bishop Mill. Isn't
Bishop
it?
Mill, yeah.
Yeah. Because
So-
we do plan on getting a Misfits podcast at some point.
Okay.
So it's going to take a lot of
Yeah.
figuring and
The
things like
OGs,
that.
or
It's going to be probably yourselves, Kev, Aiden,
I am
Martin.
not a misfit anymore.
But like you guys were the formation of like you were the original team. You know.
There was that photo of that submission, that Jits tournament in Ellie, wasn't it? That was all.
Aye,
when we had the
Focus.
Rash
Oh,
guys.
well, had the Rash guys, yeah.
That
Yeah.
was like that was the original.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
man.
I mean, the thing that I find amazing about that particular gym is hearing that, like, these guys are all about to become like black belts in that in the next couple of
Martin
years.
is a
Like,
black
Martin
belt.
is a black belt,
Yeah,
Aiden, Kev. But these guys are all self-taught. Like, they just started it from the love. And I think that's great that it's got to the point of where they're recognised as like a world-class sports facility,
SBG
trainers.
affiliated and everything.
yeah, exactly.
I think the biggest success story you've got to look at is Shea. like because he started from that gym
Yeah.
as. I'm gonna say it on here because there's a good chance he's gonna watch it. Matt Holland says he was just flexible.
Yeah.
Guy's a fucking world champion, you know, and
And he knows it.
yeah,
He knows it.
and he is super good. Doesn't look like a world champion. He's got fucking
he's almost-
tash and a mullet, and he's
If you
just a
walk
bit
past
out
Shane
there.
and shit, you think I would knock that guy out.
Yeah,
All of a sudden he's got like a leg here, and your arms out there.
It's like the House Gracie of Murray, right?
Pretty much,
Because that's why they put House in to begin with. They didn't want to like put the best guy, and they wanted to put the smallest guy in to show how effective the art was.
I subscribed. I don't anymore because I'm not really training anymore and things. But when I was training, I subscribed and watched his worlds once, and I'm like, these are fucking high level guys. Because I remember Shay's seminar I went to, I think it was last year, and he brought up a couple of blue belts that he trains with, and I'm like, right. I was speaking to Jamie Steele,
Yeah.
and I was saying like, who are these blue belts in it? And he was like, their blue belts are like our brown belts. The guys Shay trains with and things like that. And yeah, he wasn't fucking wrong because these guys are away competing in California and all that kind of stuff.
More opportunity up the road and that as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where Shay's ends now, there is more opportunity in the big cities and that, in Glasgow and that sort of thing.
But you've got to kind of look at yourself. You've successful business, few businesses, competed on the amateur scene, trained Team Scotland, professional wrestler, very active on the scene. Kev's King of the North. He's known as King of the North.
He's known as King of the North.
ADCC champion now as well for Scotland. All sorts of shit. Aiden smashing it in Cage Warriors.
yeah.
Martin, just the master of all. Black belt.
Martin's
He's like, he is like when you climb up the stairs, like in all the Shaolin films, the one sitting at the top, the Grandmaster.
Yeah, and like, I suppose we'll just speak a little bit about Martin because like he's the one we need to get on. We've been trying. He's not- he says he's not good with public speaking, but I says we'll try and get a way around that for him. Smoke all you guys in a fight, wouldn't he?
Yes.
It's funny when you roll with him. I mean, it's always been like this, to be honest. But he's just like chill,
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Just chill.
he's one of the nicest guys in the world as well. Yeah.
He's the reason we all pretty much got to where we got.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. And
He knew how to motivate you.
he stopped. Well, he stopped like competing and went full time coaching. You know,
Yeah.
he's coaching all the guys
is he
there. So
adaptable to people? Like, there's coaches that can approach people in different ways because they know they'll react differently to it. Is he more like that, or is he like he's got his approach and?
I'm going to answer that question for you. I trained at SPG for like 4 or 5 years, and Martin was good. He was like soft with some people. He was quite hard on me, and I benefited from that massively,
yeah,
hugely.
Some people just have that intuition to know
Yeah.
what people are going to react well to.
Yeah, and I would have took that more than if he was mamby-pamby with me and just kind of caught and wheeled me.
There was times when you'd be busting out your arse and might be like, keep going.
Yeah,
You just grind through it.
yeah. If you spew, you spew. You know,
Exactly.
he's working hard.
You need a coach like him in a gym, without a doubt.
Yeah, and he's a black belt as well. He's well respected
Yeah.
within Scotland. Like I'm on a few of the Scottish BJJ pages and things
Yeah.
like that, and he always gets a mention of like it's a good gym to train at. Do you find that surreal? Considering you guys started with no training, the 6 years or the 5 years, sorry, you've all pretty much taken that training and done something with it, and are professionally making a living off of that.
it's a bit mad now when you think about how like well known the club is.
Yeah,
And like people that you go way down the road, you start chatting, and you mention, "Oh, I'm from Elgin. Oh, you train at SPG." Like,
Yeah.
so it is because beforehand you would have went down the road and it would have just been like, "Who the fuck are you guys?"
Yeah.
Just some random dudes just coming down. So yeah, it's very now when you go and bump into people and you're away, Glasgow, Edinburgh, place like that, and people do say, "Oh, you train up there, SPG." Oh, like
Yeah, I even
so
had that
cool,
with Joe
yeah.
Henry. I was like, "Oh, Nico from Metco teaches at FG."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, Nico trained there?" No, I was like, yeah.
So
Even just all the way down that way, like even in my world, people know about it as well.
Yeah.
It's just great.
It's mad. Like we've spoke about it before, Ryan. Like sitting watching Aiden on the TV.
Yeah, it's just
Something
surreal,
like
isn't it?
that.
Yeah.
It's like I grew up with that guy. I've got a picture of me and him at 1 year old in a swimming bath together.
Watching Ross Houston fight MVP in
Yeah,
Paris.
yeah.
Yeah.
You and me both shared the mat with him as well.
Yeah.
I done it once, got smashed.
It just felt like there were fucking hand grenades hitting you then.
That was Ali Saville
That was
days.
another thing Fraser said, wasn't it? He said the hardest person he's ever sparred, Ross Houston. He said I could not get any kind of reaction.
He says
out
he
of
hit
him.
him with a leg kick.
Yeah.
I don't know why he hit a boxer with a leg kick. Like, but, what was it, a side kick or something like
No,
that?
the leg kick.
Leg kick.
Yeah. Well, that's what because they're not conditioned to take them, are they?
No.
Because obviously they're
No.
only dealing with punches to the body and the head.
It's kind of surreal even for us because we're big MMA fans, big combat sports fans, just to see the local level and what's pushed. And you've now got younger guys coming through. Like I know, like young Ethan.
Yeah, I was just about to say Ethan is a little unit.
Yeah.
Like
I've seen stuff
holy
with him,
shit.
He does
Yeah.
look something special.
And he's only 16, man.
Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Big lad,
Yeah.
lad, good at everything. Not got a weakness in his game. Pretty
He's
much
just in there working all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. He's never out of the gym. He's never out of it.
No, he's a bit like Aidan mentioned him. I don't know if you guys know Mark Ewan. He just reminds me of him. He's the latest thing from Glasgow, from the
Okay,
Grip House.
okay.
Like, they just remind me of each other. Just like good at everything, not got a weakness in his game. And like, I've not trained in probably well over a year down at SBG. Just got other interests, young kids and family and things like that. But even when I was down there, I'm like, who the fuck's this guy? And then I remember it was Kev or someone saying, "He guy's like 14 or 15 at the time." And I'm like, whoa.
Well, he won world championships this year in kickboxing as well.
Yeah.
Ethan did.
And that's at 16. I mean, and the guys that have, been the trailblazers for this, the standard setter, that they're the people that are going to deserve the credit for when the younger generation do even surpass what these guys have done and maybe get into the UFC or get into Bellator and win world titles and things of that nature, you know what I mean? So I think it's also just important to be able to defend yourself these days, especially with, stuff.
Pretty much, yeah. That's the only reason I got into training, really.
Was it a particular incident or just because we spoke to Kev? Remember Kev?
The holiday.
Kev got embarrassed on a holiday, and that's why he started training. He didn't want to be embarrassed like that in a situation. And fucking God help the guy if he got held to Kev these days. Is it so similar to you guys, like situations? Or not, you don't have to mention anything, but like
Just embarrassed at school and that sort of thing. Little one at school. I don't know if you were the same. Just older boys. Even the little sly comments, just even little things, just like fucking throwing something at you, that sort of thing. Sit at the front of the bus, you got fucking stuff getting hit off the back of your head.
Yep.
Just shit like that. Go home feeling like shit.
Do you believe kids who know how to defend themselves don't fight?
I'd like to hope not.
Do you believe that kids that know how to defend themselves don't fight, or maybe don't fight as often because they know how to fight, they've been in a fight, and they don't feel the need to?
It brings like a certain level of like self-comfort of not self-comfort but like confidence in yourself. You don't need to project. I think a lot of people, whether they're young or old, you see it in the adult population as well, when they don't feel secure in themselves, they will project that through being aggressive,
being a bully.
Yeah, totally.
The self-confidence is the best thing that came from it.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just nice going out now, and I don't even fucking train that much anymore, but you can just go out there and you see half the time the people that are mouthing off don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
You just see someone getting loud, you think, I could fucking rub your head up and down this pavement without breaking a sweat, mate.
It's a bit
But
like
I'm not going
myself.
to, you know what I mean?
I could never claim to fight because I can't fucking fight. I've been in gyms with guys who can fight, and I know I can't fight through that. But like before I started training, I would have probably thrown a punch in a fight. Now it's going to be a double leg. I'm going to get a guy in his ass, and as simple as that, it really is. I'm going to go low if he starts to throw a punch, and I'm going to double leg him. And it's a different way of thinking,
Just put you in a clinch and hold you there till you're knackered.
Yeah. I'm not going to punch him in the face after I've done anything like that. I'm just going to get him down, side control him.
Fist for nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's a different way of thinking. I think a lot of kids could benefit from that.
100%.
I think schools should have a basic practice to some sort of fucking combat sport.
Yeah.
Just a basic, get something like just get something like SPG and just to do a basic grappling thing or something. Just anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even just to be like,
Even talk to them.
chat to them, but just like I think just to be humbled a little bit, not to bring a bit of negativity to the chat, but I don't know if you've seen that thing about the guy who got attacked the other weekend. That was a 14 and 50-year-old lad that did that.
Yeah.
And like, if you've been in a situation like in sparring where you're getting your head caved in, you're thinking, this sucks. Like, you're a lot more reluctant to go when you're out and about and go, yeah, let's have a bit of that. You know, because you know it could go one or two ways, and you don't know who you're walking up to. You just don't.
Those two are about to find out the hard way that it's not all fun and games, that type of stuff.
Attempted murder they're getting done for.
They're going to be going to a place of where Murray's a very remote area, right? Like we have issues like every area, but I wouldn't call this like a rough place or anything like that. Where they're going to be going somewhere where everyone in the country, up until I think it's 21, people get put in young offenders institutes and that for all sorts of crimes, and they're going to find out real quick they're not made.
They're not the big,
not the big fish.
You know? No.
And so definitely in terms of like for kids, I think for a number of reasons, like it's going to help bring self-confidence for them, knowing that they can handle themselves. It gives them that opportunity to get that aggression out, but in like a fun way.
Yeah.
You know, how many times like when we used to go in training, you know, like on a Friday night, and it'd be like end of the week, and you're like, oh, chilled session, it's sparring at the end, and we're just like rolling around like mad. But it's like, it's fun, you're laughing, you're giggling.
It's in a safe environment.
It's a fun way to do it, you know.
It's like you said though, when people out, like when you've been in a spar and you're getting your head kicked in, like just because we've been through it and we can do it, we don't want to go out.
Doesn't want to do it.
No.
I've been hit in the face plenty of times. Don't fucking like it.
Yeah.
And I think even though like the amount of people that kind of come on and talk about things like this, especially on medias like podcasts and whatnot, a lot of people would probably go into like a combat sports gym and think, I'm going to be judged when I go in here, because like they all, you know, exactly, it's the complete opposite, isn't it?
There's not many places more welcoming
in combat sports.
Said that 100 times before. It's the biggest bunch, and I've said this 100 times before, and I mean this in a nice way as possible. It's the biggest bunch of nerds, geeks.
100%. Yeah.
Bro, I play Dungeons and Dragons, man.
Yeah. And I know I've mentioned it before, but I absolutely love the guy that bits Jamie Steele.
Yeah.
Not think that guy could fuck you up. He's a school teacher who's mad into his gaming, you know, things like that. Gonna fuck you up on the mat, like you know, serious blue belt these days. You know,
exactly.
It's not all guys with fucking muscles. You know, there's nobody with muscles.
There's nobody with muscles there.
It is,
apart from Mark.
Well,
it is though, when a new person walks into the gym, 99% of the time, someone experienced will be like, I'll take you and show you the ropes, basically.
How many guys did you see come into them gyms over the years with a bit of bravado about them and think they can fucking do something, and it lasts a session or a couple of sessions?
It's when you get I'm not going to name names, but you get the local hard man name, walks into the gym, comes people, and you just think, I cannot wait. I'm like, just basically show you you're not what you think you are.
Put them in the shade. You just put them in the shade. Just totally humble them in 30 seconds. Like
that's it. It doesn't even need to be like MMA sparring.
No.
It literally put them in rolling, and they're getting fucking pretzels, and they're like,
give them knee on belly for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Just a knee on belly pressure for 5 minutes, and that's enough. And be like, what the fuck's going on here?
It humbles these people though. Like, and the guys that do realize, oh shit, I'm not what I thought I was, and they keep going. It's like their whole demeanor changes.
Yeah.
And the way they act, it just changes. Or they go, fuck this.
I'm never coming back.
I'm not coming back here because this pond is not my pond. I'm going to go over here where nobody knows what they're doing, and I'm still the big man.
Yeah.
And I can do
I think
want,
that shows people's level of character, right? Because it offers them an option of which one they're going to take. Are you going to accept humility and have friends and that, or be like, no, I can't handle any kind of adversity or resistance. I have to be the best at everything, or I can't have any struggle.
Insecurity
thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. It's sometimes with I think with guys, like it's like, I need to be the fucking big man, and I need to be able to smash everybody. But it's like fuck it. I go to that gym, I get fucked up by everybody. You know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, like that's my place to go, have fun, learn, get better. You know, and if I'm not training my guys that are fucking me up, then am I going to get better? No, like I'm not. So going in and doing that, you also get that like comfort and self-confidence like we were talking before, where it's like, well, I know if I'm out and about and like some randomer tries to swing for me, like I've got enough knowledge and enough capability that I can simply move out the way and walk away.
Exactly.
You know, or if it does get to the point where you have to actually fight, you can grapple, you know.
Yeah.
Pinning somebody at the floor, or, you know, just holding them and controlling them, and them going, shit, I can't actually punch you now. I can't hurt you now.
Fish out of water, aren't
Yeah,
they?
and you're just sitting there like, no, well, I don't even want to hurt you. Like, I'm just sitting here.
Yeah. We get
Like,
hurt every night of the week when we're doing that. Why the fuck do I want in my spare time go and do this again?
yeah, yeah. It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't go there just to learn how to be hard and kick people's asses. We went there to just learn the craft of it and, like you said, build up the confidence level and all that stuff.
Have you guys been to any gyms that do you kind of have that culture where it's a big man culture in it? Like, I'm not going to ask you to name gyms, but like if you because you guys are trained all over the place and things like that. Is there any gyms you thought, oh, fuck, I don't like the atmosphere in here, it's a bit shit?
Not any that I've been into, but like do you know what? It's not combat sports gyms. It's gyms.
Yeah.
Gyms.
It's public
yeah,
gyms.
yeah.
You walk in, the guys are walking around like, oh, I'm fucking this
Yeah.
and that because I'm big and I've got muscles. It's like,
Yeah, it can be quite like, especially when people are lifting. The one thing I hate about gyms is when people have dumbbells and they purposely, with force, put them back down on the rack to make that sound, and it's consciously to be like everyone looks around because you hear this massive bang. You're like, what the fuck was that? And it's like, oh, it's a pair of 10 kgs going down. You know?
yeah.
Slamming down the deadlift bar on purpose and that shit. You're just like, shut up, man.
And then overdoing the grunt. It sounds like the fucking tennis in there sometimes, you know.
It is, you're right. Public gyms.
It's I think public gyms are the worst. Like,
I couldn't go back in a public gym after having a home gym.
You guys, with your experience about it, look in gyms and go, you're fucking juicing, you're juicing,
oh,
you're juicing.
yeah.
I bet you've had some people, I won't name names again, but you've had some people walk into your gym over time. You think, "Whoa, not this fucking guy." You must have.
That's a fucking
Sometimes,
great question.
Yeah. Do you want a job here?
I know when I walked in there, there's people I'd be like, "Oh fuck this, I'm going home if he's here."
There's been some gyms I've been in and I'm just like, oh, can't be arsed.
Would you train a guy that you knew was on roids?
Would I train a guy that's on roids? Yeah, I mean, like, it's their choice. So, like, yeah. Like, at the end of the day, like, if
they're not
they come
competing
from-
in like a sport or something, then it's they're totally up to them, innit? Yeah.
But yeah, if that's what they want to do, fair play. But like,
Would you be trying to discourage that? Because with your kind of knowledge, you're like, I can get you pretty much there naturally, mate, but you just need to fucking be strict as fuck about it. Because I've seen the natural ones and I've seen the juiced ones, and you can get just as big if you do things right. You've got to have a certain type of body and things like that, but to do it with roids, you've got to have a certain type of body to be able to get that perfect physique and things like that.
yeah.
You know?
I mean, just because you're taking roids doesn't mean you're not going to have to go and work hard.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's that. But I mean, first of all, if there's a guy on roids, I don't think they become to me for training, to be honest.
What do you make of like people that are like big on the internet? And I think it's like a great time to be a fraud. I think because you can get a collection of people who believe anything you put out. Exactly, that was exactly who I was with, because it was obvious with that dude, right? And he denied it for years, and then there was a text message that got leaked or something.
Yeah.
And then he tried to like pull the whole, I did this for people's mental health. That's why, you know. It was,
Exactly. Well,
I
we
mean-
kind of spoke to, I think, I can't remember, but I think it was Smarty, right? And we'll kind of take it back to your amateur wrestling. I don't like, is it amateur wrestling you call it in Scotland?
Nah, it's pro wrestling.
Pro.
Freestyle or something.
It's amateur wrestling.
Would you call out a guy if you competed against him you thought he was juicing? Because I think Smarty says like he.
oh, wasn't that the question like, how would you feel if you'd lost to someone and they'd tested positive?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think he said he'd be pretty pissed, like, but
I don't, like,
if they tested positive, would you, and it cost you a medal or a fucking tournament or something like that?
I think if you're in a sport where things are regulated and you are getting tested and stuff, and somebody does get caught out, it's like, well, yeah, you would be pissed off because
you signed an agreement to be like, this is what we're doing, all fair, and
we're doing it.
It's not just the tournament; it's the amount of effort and time you put in getting ready for it as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and the amount of sacrifices you make just to get ready for a tournament.
Yeah.
There's you don't go out partying with your mates. don't eat certain foods you want to eat.
You're in the gym constantly.
Yeah. Cutting down the grams.
Shit, like
and
sleep sometimes.
Yeah.
Some of your sleep patterns are shit.
You know,
Like,
you're-
and that stuff.
You're missing out on your date night with the missus and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of things you give up.
It bridges the gap. Like, let's just say someone isn't training as hard, but is on, I don't know, something like EPO, which stops people from getting tired and that. And there's a guy not doing that and training hard, doing all the things that you just mentioned there, and they compete against each other. Do you think the person that's on the stuff that's maybe not trained as hard has an equal or even better chance of still winning that kind of competition?
Or is it down to the individual?
Or is it literally down to just individual circumstances?
I mean, it's combat sport at the end of the day. Anything can happen.
It can.
And if
Anything
you've got the
can
upper,
happen.
you got a bit slight, advantage, then
Yeah.
you're at a slight advantage.
And like,
But-
it's not just like physical now, either performance enhancing drugs. It's not just like, oh, you see people all muscly and that. It's people's reaction times can be improved, which is scary when you think about it.
I think with the amount of money in the sport these days as well, if you're going to have to take an advantage, you're going to have to take that advantage. Like, if it's not illegal, you're going to have to go for it.
Exactly, yeah. That's fair. It's, like you say, if there's a big amount of money, life-changing money at stake, and you could take
Even in your own sport, you can see your sport, even at guys at 35, 40, you walk into an MMA promotion, like if you've had a solid 10, 15 year wrestling career, like you don't need you need 6 months training. You know?
Totally.
If you've competed at a high level, you're going to get that contract by Dana White. He wants to see what you can do. Like, so.
Bo
Like,
Nickel as well. He's another
Bo
one.
Nickel,
Straight
yeah.
in there,
Just-
isn't he?
It seems like the most important, I don't want to put one above the other, it seems the most important martial art to have for that mixed martial art, because you control where the fight goes, right? Like if someone's better grappler, you can stop someone taking you down, and if you are a better grappler, you can take someone down, right? But it seems to interlink the three of them, right? Amateur wrestling, professional wrestling, and like MMA. Like people that are from amateur wrestling go into both, and they acclimatize it really like well, depending on the person. So it's a very fluid thing, isn't
wrestlers
it?
got an advantage over pretty much anyone in an MMA
It was
match.
the hardest session.
I think the only guy I can think of a wrestler wouldn't want to clinch in an MMA match is someone like Damian Maia.
Yeah.
Who's got so high level jiu-jitsu you don't want to get near him. You don't want to take that guy down.
No.
You don't want to, so you're going to try and punch his head off. Like, but apart from that, you're going to get close to pretty much everyone, take them down and pummel their face in.
I love Justin Gaethje, an absolute decorated wrestler, but
Yeah,
he's just going
He's just a
throwing
wild
hands.
man.
I honestly think that's like the downfall of a lot of wrestlers. They fall in love with the hands a lot of the time, and then just kind of throw the like Michael Chandler we mentioned earlier. Like I think he could have beaten probably Gaethje and Poirier if he'd
He's just
stuck to the
he
wrestling
gets.
game plan.
It's like he gets hit and he's like, "Fuck
Yeah, he just
this!
sees
I'm going
red,
to
yeah.
start hitting as well." Like, and then it just a slugfest. I used to watch like Diego Sanchez. I used to love with Ronda Rousey.
Okay,
That'd be quite good, though.
Definitely like a way to go for them, because it's, although it's still contact sport, you're still getting hurt and stuff.
It'll integrate
It's-
both crowds as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think both kind of cross over a lot anyway. I think a lot of people that are dead in MMA now were at least heavy wrestling.
That's
fans.
another thing. The fan base in MMA and pro wrestling is just
Very similar.
much and such the same.
It's how long till we see Jake Paul in the UFC?
Well, he's got a deal with
He's,
PFL.
Yeah,
Is he?
yeah. Didn't he say he wants to fight in Ghana?
What
That
weight is
just
he
says
at?
a
Is
lot
he a
of
light
things, though.
heavyweight?
What's that?
Jake Paul would be a light
What,
heavyweight.
was it light heavyweight or cruiserweight he fought Tommy Fury at?
185. So that's
Probably was cruiser.
cruiser.
yeah.
Yeah, because I always think that's middleweight, but I'm getting the weight classes
Mixed up,
but
yeah.
Stevie Ray to move up and fight him.
Well, the thing is, like, I kind of fell into the Kool-Aid of thinking he was going to beat Tommy Fury.
I didn't.
I didn't.
I didn't.
So,
But Tommy Fury fought a lot shitter than I thought he would have.
and he kind of celebrated and looked more important to him than what it probably should have been if he's wanting to be like a world champion boxer, like he was talking about.
And he moved up like 350 ranks after beating him.
Yeah, he's ranked like the WBC now.
Rank 15 or some shit in the WBC.
And then
fuck is that?
people are like, "Is he going to do the rematch?" And now he's back to fighting
Some boy
MMA fighters again.
Isn't it? Is Tommy Fury fighting someone from One Direction as well?
I did see that.
Fuck
Yeah.
is that about?
What? Like it's like any fight that you put up now is going to get some. Evander
That
Holyfield.
boils
Yeah.
my fucking blood. That does all this
Yeah.
YouTuber fighting shit. That annoys me. It does.
Because it takes away from like people that are proper grinding, like, you know, are doing it through the proper I don't want to say proper channels, but proper channels, right?
Amazing fighters out there not getting the right line.
Where like these YouTubers could be doing anything and they would be getting that kind of attention. And
why can't we just send them over the fucking badminton or something?
Yeah. Here, that's
why they got to come here?
Yeah.
It's fucking true though. Okay?
Why they got to fucking come here?
Fucking insane. Were you going to do a rounder? Kind of rounding off.
Oh right, I was just going to say, what's like
too hungry.
What's one thing that you've learned from the other that's benefited you in your sport, or even just training in general?
What have I brought? You mean what have I brought from MMA to my sport, or
just
what have I learned from him? What's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
apart from dirty websites and shit.
I'd probably say like just back from when we were training together at SVG, like, you know, week in, week out, age fucking 18, 19, in the gym. Yeah, like the knowledge in terms of boxing and just mindset towards it as well. With Brad, I've learned a lot from him with that, especially, you know, my striking, like hands wise, just leveled up when we were training. So yeah, I'd definitely say strike wise, I've learned a lot, and a lot on just like we were talking about before, mental toughness.
Yeah.
And just getting in, gritting your teeth and scrapping, because we used to
knock lumps over.
Yeah, go at it. So yeah.
You wouldn't think we were best pals at that. Much and such the same for me. Yeah. I don't think I'd be in my wrestling career so far. I don't think I'd be there without the knowledge I brought over from, like, I can even call him up if I want to go over something. I want to practice this. I've seen someone do this in a fight. Can I practice on you, see how I can land it safely without hurting someone?
Yeah.
And he'll be straight. I'll come do that with you straight away.
You won't really get that opportunity with anyone else as well.
Not as much. Yeah. It's nice to always know I can send him a message and he'll come out and help me when I need to. Because his grappling knowledge is up there compared to mine. Without doubt. It's just nice to, like I said, have him on the dial straight away.
Quality. Sweet.
We'll do the one that we've been...
we're trying to think of a question to come up with, just kind of round off the podcast.
So we're going with at the moment. What is the one thing that you overthink the most in your life?
Oh shit.
My hairline.
I'm at peace with mine now. I'm accepting that it's going.
What the idea is, we're trying to become we speak too much about negative shit on here and fucking podcasts. We had Billy on. It was actually Billy, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Who says, "Oh, I don't listen to any negative podcasts," and then kind of got us thinking. We're like, fuck, we are fucking really negative at sometimes on some podcasts. So
not like consciously, but the topics that we cover.
Topics down that man. It's like,
sorry, boys, I took us out today.
No, not at all. Like,
because there is a time and a place for that. But I think because we were getting triggered by stuff we were seeing in the news, and we were just kind of using this as a bit of an echo chamber,
about and getting pissed off for an hour, and then coming out of here being like, "Fuck, I'm still pissed off about that." So like, sorry, carry on your question. That's
one thing I overthink the most in life. Shit, boys, that's a hard question. That
is.
It can be like the smallest of things as well, right?
It's a hard one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Try to avoid that sort of stuff, really.
Especially
it is. I don't know if you're the same. I try and avoid all that.
You're not a big overthinker, like.
I try not to be. There is days, obviously. It's more like things that, like, just your normal daily routine, like even things like work. Why the fuck's this window not going? And or is it, you know what I mean? Just little things like that.
Yeah.
It's the little things that eat you up more than the big things.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And it can be a different thing every fucking day, can't it?
Oh,
it can be.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I overthink the most. I don't think there's one that's more than the other. I think it just depends how the day can be going.
Yeah. That's
my
good.
answer would be like, what to wear when I get up in the morning.
Do you know that? That's not honestly. It's not the fucking easiest of decisions, is it? It's like
hard.
I feel like I wear the same thing all the time, so I'm like, right, I need to change my fucking jacket today. And just like, it's like, come on here, I try to wear a different thing every other time so I don't look like a fucking mink. It's true though. My question is, what is one thing you like about yourselves the most?
Oh, fucking hell, again, another fucking hard one, boys.
Again, it can be the smallest of things.
My
Like,
positive mindset.
yeah, good.
I don't let anything try and bother me these days. Ain't got time for that shit.
Wasn't always that way by the
It
sounds of
wasn't always that way, but
Yeah.
I'm just more a positive man now. Can't be fucked with. I've got a bubble, my house, my missus, that sort of thing, my group of mates, everything outside the bubble. I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
And
That's fair.
it's
Yeah.
fucking healthy. That's a healthy mindset.
Totally.
I think.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Yeah.
Did you hear so and so's doing this? No, and I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. When people are unhappy, they indulge more into that kind of he said, she said. Oh, you'll never guess what this person done. Yeah. I've tried to wrap up 5 times now, but so the ending of the match that you had was, in my opinion, the most frustrating way that wrestling matches ending, when like there was disqualification and stuff
For a title as well, like what the fuck is that all about?
That's how I get a W without taking the boys' belt.
That's mad. It's mad.
Wrestling.
Yeah,
You're not like. I remember. Sorry, it just kind of side tail. I know we're trying to get stopped, but I remember like shows between main shows, like WWE shows would be on a Monday and a Friday, but they'd go traveling around the country, and the belt would change hands between that. But the general public who watched it on the TV would never know.
No.
I don't see why they can't do something like that. You know, just let you have it next house show, can change it
Give it
over.
back.
Yeah, you know.
I ain't a promoter.
Yeah.
I'll be a fucking good one though.
Yeah, cheers for that, guys.
Awesome, guys.
Yeah,
Cheers.
thank you.